Patrick Beverley just threw so much shade at Lonzo Ball. Wonder what LaVar thinks about that. But Ball seemed unfazed by being dragged by his opponent. He's blocking out the noise and coming to terms with the idea of being traded. Let's get into this sports news now. Stick around. Hey everyone, it's Devin Howard. Before we jump into this drama, go ahead and click subscribe and make sure you tap the bell for notifications. The Lakers just can't catch a break right now. We all know the team hasn't been performing as well as expected this season, but now one of their young star players is receiving some shady shade. The LA rivalry just got so much worse. Even though Patrick says the Clippers and the Lakers just experience a friendly competition, he doesn't seem to feel so friendly towards a certain player. Beverley is apparently very unimpressed by Lonzo and his ball skills. The Clippers point guard doesn't see the young player as any sort of competition. In his interview with Scott Van Pelt, they started doing rapid fire questions. Pat responded with a one-word answer in response to Scott asking for his thoughts about certain teams and players. Listen to what he said when he asked him about Lonzo.
What comes to mind? I say Lonzo Ball, you say what?
Easy.
Easy? Okay.
Yikes, easy? The poor dude hasn't played since January 19th and won't be back for the remainder of the season due to that ankle injury, and Pat is still hurling insults at him. It is a little difficult to disagree with Pat though. He's held Ball to a mere 5 points in 47 defensive possessions against him. He helped hold the Lakers point guard to 3 points at NBA debut last season. And then everyone remember that moment after the game when Pat said, "Weak mother bring him out on the court with me and I will tear his ass up." So let's just say this isn't exactly a new sentiment for the Clippers player. I'm sure Lonzo won't be too pleased to hear about yet another jab from Pat, but as of right now, he has bigger fish to fry, mainly just focusing on his health and recovery. I'm getting into more of that in a second, right after I tell you some of the other shady things Pat said. Let's just say he certainly wasn't holding anything back. The star player isn't faking anything, and I kinda love it. When asked what he thought about the Rockets, this is what he said.
I say Houston. You say what? What comes to mind when you think of the Rockets?
Pissed.
That's it?
So Houston traded Pat as part of a package that brought Chris Paul to the Rockets, and even though he may be harboring a bit of resentment, I'm sure he's not hating the trade too much right now. The Clippers are well on their way to a playoff appearance. They're 7 games ahead of their LA rivals, so there's that. Pat also refused to comment on or apologize for his beef with Russell Westbrook. He says he doesn't regret anything about that questionable play. Despite keeping quiet about the Westbrook drama, Pat seemed to be in a giving mood during that interview. We got a lot of juicy details from it, and you guys know I am here for it. But let's talk about Lonzo Ball for a second. So on January 19th, he sprained his ankle pretty badly. It was a grade 3 sprain with a bone bruise, preventing him from playing in any games for the rest of the season. The guy is probably feeling pretty frustrated and helpless right now. He hasn't exactly had the easiest season. He was at the center of those trade rumors around the deadline when the Lakers put practically everything on the line to get Anthony Davis out west. The young players were noticeably distracted while all of that was going down. Knowing they were on the chopping block caused their plays to be pretty lackluster. Ultimately, things haven't been in Lonzo's control, so he's trying to focus on the things he can control, and currently, that's his health. He talked to The Athletic and said that he is, quote, very, very motivated to get better. He continued on saying, "I want to be the best I can be. I'm looking forward to this summer. I don't look at it as added pressure because I haven't had a full summer yet to dedicate to myself. I have to keep working on my craft." But obviously, with his injury, honing his skills has to be put on the back burner, but at the end of the day, he's grateful his injury wasn't worse. He said, "I'm just happy that I'm going to be healthy," but that he still hasn't taken all of it in stride. The player revealed, "It's been frustrating. This is the second year that this has happened, but I have to stay positive, stay motivated." Considering Lonzo's name was tossed around in trade rumors in February, we can probably expect the same thing to happen again this summer, but the athlete is going to try hard to not let that mess with his head. He said, "At the end of the day, you can only control the things you can control. If I get traded, then I get traded, but I'm going to be ready to go. The goal is to be the best player I can for whichever team." Good attitude to have, Lonzo. Getting traded is kind of the name of the game in the NBA, so you might as well be okay with it. Ball's coming up on his rookie contract extension soon, and if he wants to get a massive payday, he's going to need to improve his shot and half-court skills quite a bit, on top of not getting injured. But realistically, we know that Magic Johnson and the Lakers are looking to pump up their talent quite a bit, it, and if they can land a major star, Ball will surely be one of the first to go. The guy is young, he's got a long career ahead of him, he'll be alright. Alright you guys, let's talk about all this news. Was Pat too harsh in saying Ball is easy? Where do you think the rookie Lakers player will end up after the draft? Sound off in the comments, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you later on the Fumble.